you know, sometimes there are moments in this game that make you scratch your head and think, what the hell is going on? You are not prepared indeed. Yes, this is a Renolock playing Illidan. Okay, I believe that is the first time I've ever seen anyone play Illidan competitively on the wild mode ladder. It's really bizarre. But whatever this guy's doing, I mean, he's rank 723. It must be working, right? Somehow. But yeah, I just thought I'd share this little clip with you. Just the strange things that you encounter on the wild mode ladder. I mean, thankfully I was at rank 1 on my way to legend. And yeah, this guy plays Barnes as well in his Renolock deck, which also had Malcazar. Truly bizarre. But hey, it helped me on my journey to legend, right? His deck was generally so inconsistent that, yeah, he was never going to win this game. But yeah, gaining another star on our journey to legend. Now, today's video is not about Renolock. That was just a cool little highlight, but this video is about my journey to legend. So after that game, you know, I've had various experiences sort of with other decks that haven't been so positive. You know, I've tried Aggro Paladin, I've tried Big Priest, I've tried Renolock, as you saw. And with these other decks, Odd Rogue 2, you'd win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win 2, lose 2. It was just so difficult to gain any kind of traction. And as we're heading to the end of the July season, I thought, oh, you know, I'd like Legend again, you know. So I went back to an old favourite of mine, Slizzle's Even Shaman. Now this is an early version of Slizzle's Even Shaman. There have been subsequent versions, greedier versions of the deck that Slizzle has tried out. But this is a version of the deck that I used a couple of months back to get Legend. I think it may have been the May season. And so I just thought, oh god, you know, I'm not making any progress. Okay, let's try the Slizzle deck again. And let's just see what happens. And surprise, surprise, this deck got me to Legend. I think I won like 4 games in a row, and that was enough to push me through rank 1. So with all of these other decks, win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, and then I play the Slizzle deck and I get Legend. So, interesting notes about this deck very quickly before we look at some highlights. It plays the Totem Carver. It does not play the 4-mana 7/7 Flame Wreath Faceless, which is interesting. 1 Spellbreaker in this deck, double Sea Giant, and 1 copy of Primal Fin Totem, going very well with Flame Tongue Totem and Direwolf Alpha. Double Devolve, of course, to get through annoying taunts. So, let's have a look at the deck in action on the wild mode ladder on our journey to Legend. So sometimes there are interesting moments going up against a Renolock here who's sitting safe on 8 health, or he thinks he's safe. Sometimes double Jade Lightning, just having it in hand, just wins you games. And this right here is just an example of my good RNG. I usually have terrible RNG. Well, there was an example of some good RNG.
I shall bring victory.
Okay, this next game was against a Big Priest. Now, usually when you go up against Big Priest, you think, oh god, you know, Barnes on 4, Obsidian Statue, resurrect the statue, and you're just dead after that. Or you may as well concede, because they just continue to play and resurrect big threats, and there's nothing you can do. And I'm at rank 1 and I'm facing a Legend player, so seems unfair, but hey, not many people playing on the wild mode ladder, so it is what it is. So an interesting decision was made there. I played the wolf rather than playing a totem. I could have played a totem and then given my wolf more value on the next turn by buffing up 2 totems, rather than just 1. But it's fine. Totem Golem is nice. It's a bit of a beefy minion. It has good stats. However, I'm considering the second Direwolf. No, the Totem Golem seems fine. My ordering here of totem placement seems a bit suspect, but it's fine. A 4/4 Totem Golem is great because it's immune to Shadow Word Pain, can't be targeted, and can't be targeted by Shadow Word Death. Shadow Word Horror, it's not, I mean, it's reasonable for him, but the Totem Golem survived, and here's the key thing. I'm keeping the pressure up, and I guess that's how you beat Big Priest. You just keep the pressure up. But surprise, surprise, Barnes on 4, and he gets, in my opinion, the best minion, Obsidian Statue, because now that statue, its Death Rattle is going to end up killing my minions. He's going to resurrect it a couple of times. I'm going to have to bump into it. It's going to heal him, and we're never going to get traction in this game. That's the issue with the statue. So hopefully here, we pray to the RNG gods. Oh god, it kills the 5/5. Of course it kills the 5/5. It could have killed the 1/1 totem. It could have killed the golem. Oh god, that's just really, really bad news for me. So I go from my positive RNG with 2 Jade Lightnings killing a Warlock to negative RNG with Obsidian Bloody Statue. But again, keep the pressure up. His health total is, you know, it's getting lower and lower. I have a Crackle in hand. So if we could just keep pushing, we stand a chance of winning this game. It all depends on what resurrection effects he's got. Of course, Eternal Servitude. This guy has drawn like a boss in this game. He's Barnes on 4, resurrection effects, Spirit Lash for healing. Wow. Okay, so we have to get through that. It's really annoying because it's going to heal him if we bump minions in. And yeah, Excavated Evil means that my deck is no longer an even deck. It's an even deck with 1 odd card, which means that my Eel's 2 damage burst was not applicable there. But anyway, 10, 11 damage on board. Of course, of course, Shadow Essence gets him a 5/5, of course. Oh, never lucky with Spell Power Totem, eh? Never lucky. But let's see. Does a yes, our RNG holds up pretty well there. 12 damage on board. We've done pretty well to navigate these Obsidian statues. And I think that's fine. I mean, Shadow Word Pain on the 2/2 is absolutely fine. But look at all this healing. Okay. Right, down to 14. So now, what are we expecting? We're expecting Psychic Scream. That's what usually happens in these situations. And if he plays Psychic Scream, that could just be game over for us. No Psychic Scream. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, Spell Power. And that is game over. So that was a pretty cool battle there against Big Priest. He had good RNG, but eventually my RNG won out. Okay, final game here, and this is the game for Legend. And we're going up against another Shaman. The chances are it's a mirror matchup. Notice the mulligan here. I'm actually keeping Flame Tongue Totem because it synergizes with my turn 1 hero power. I can then buff a totem and trade into something. And I've kept Maelstrom Portal because the chances are there's going to be a lot of hero powers played in this matchup, and there's going to be a lot of totems on board. If I get Spell Power Totem, synergizing with Maelstrom Portal, that's potentially half a board clear, you know, if he's got lots of totems on board. So let's see what happens. Okay, so my plan of Flame Tongue Totem on 2 to kill his totem, not such a good plan anymore because there's a Totem Golem on board. However, is it just worth... It's probably just worth Maelstrom Portaling here, just because it removes his totem. Not getting the value that I would have liked on Maelstrom Portal, just killing one thing, but that's fine. That's unfortunate. The hope was that I would have had 2 things left on this board at the end of the turn, in which case Flame Tongue Totem would have been really good. Okay, never lucky. Hoping for Spell Power Totem there, never lucky. Okay, so maybe our Flame Tongue Totem gets to stick. Maybe. Thinking ahead to next turn, we have Piloted Shredder. 4 cost, 4 mana. Feels good, perhaps. Or, alternatively, Maelstrom Portal could be the play here. Just to get things cleared on this board. And to protect our Flame Tongue. Okay. Wow, he uses a devolve here. Now, that's really interesting, because I think there are better targets in this deck to devolve. And what's fascinating here is that he gets Tunnel Trog. And there are Overload cards in Even Shaman, so just fascinating that he gets Tunnel Trog. And since it's an even deck, you cannot play Tunnel Trog in the actual deck. So the fact that he gets it here just means that it's going to have a lot of synergy. And that's not good for me. Yeah, wow, he plays Ancestral Knowledge and it gets the +2 attack buff on the Trog. That's really annoying. And really lucky for him, actually. That 3 health on the Trog does make it a bit awkward to remove. My Eel doesn't kill it outright. Wow, continues to buff the Trog and gets the clean kill with the Crackle. Wow. So, what do we do here? We could play the Aya, we could play the Shredder, could play the Eel and the Shredder. Play the Totem Golem and the Shredder. I'm going to play the Eel. So now I'm just sort of saying to him, okay, you can go face with that Trog, or you can get a value trade with 2 minions, or you can trade fully with the Shredder and see what comes out. Either way, he's massively overloaded. He's only got 4 mana to play with. Next turn, I have various options. So, it's looking good for me here. And as always with these games, it's a board control battle to begin with. But let's see what he does. Ha! Wind Fury. Wait, he actually plays Wind Fury in his deck. So this is an Even Shaman playing Wind Fury. Talk about a strange build. But he is trading though. This is interesting. Didn't want to do 10 to my face. I mean, was 10 to the face the correct play? To force me to trade, perhaps? I don't know. But like with the big Priest game earlier, it's all about board control and then pressure. You know, I kept playing wave after wave after wave against the big priest, and eventually that pressure won me the game. Second evolve here. Huh, it's not bad. Death Lord, I guess, is reasonable. It's got 8 health. That was a better devolve for him compared to the devolve that he did a few turns ago. But once again, it is about keeping the pressure up. Okay. Was hoping potentially for healing totem there, just to keep my Death Lord healthy. But yeah, reasonable amount of pressure still applied on this board. It's a really interesting build of Even Shaman. He runs double Ancestral Knowledge in the deck, and Wind Fury. It's really interesting. So he's doing his best to counteract my pressure with a bit of pressure of his own. So now maybe I just devolve this and see what we get. Okay. A 5-5 becomes a 4-4. That's not actually great. Devolve could have been slightly better, maybe. I don't know. Time Rewinder is interesting. Is a potential candidate for that. I don't know. Although if I was to replay Aya, we'd only get a 3/3 golem summoned out of it. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world. But it's still value, right? So I could rewind Aya now, but then I can't play her. So I'd rather have her on the board as she is, silenced, so she can do some work, either with a trade or going face, and then rewind her on a turn where I can actually play her again. So this guy is running the Totem Carver and the Flame Wreath Faceless. A bit more of a greedier deck than the Slizzle deck. That's actually... oh god. You get Sonya. That was still a good devolve regardless. A 7/7 becomes a 2/2. Priority on killing the Sonya. And now deciding, do we want to go face or do we want to make some trades? We do not have lethal. We're four damage short. Time Rewinder doesn't do anything in terms of enabling us to get a lethal.
Your magic shall not save you.
So I just put the Spellbreaker down, just really for the body more than anything else. The silence effect may help. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to be able to take advantage of the Pseudo Darkshire there? Not entirely sure, but Spellbreaker more for the body than anything else. And there's the second Wind Fury. Here's the trouble with Wind Fury. More than anything, I believe it's a finisher in this kind of a matchup. Using it to trade is okay, but using it to go face and get lethal is what it's intended for. And sadly for him, he never had that opportunity. So, rank 571 Legend, I'll take that. Feels good. That, I believe, is my third time getting Legend in Hearthstone. I think my first time getting Legend was like 2 years back, and then my second time was a couple of months ago, and now this is my third time. All thanks to Slizzle and his Even Shaman. So a shout out to Slizzle. Check out his stream. He is pretty much exclusively a wild mode streamer. From time to time he does double with standard, but a very creative wild mode streamer. Comes up with his own decks, gets Legend with his own decks, very creative. Phenomenal player, very interactive with his chat, so if you ask him questions you'll get responses, and a super cool dude as well. So check out Slizzle's Twitch channel and his Twitter. I will put his channel details in the video description. So yeah, if you're interested in Wild mode and you want to learn more about Wild, and you know, if you're interested in what decks are out there that are good to play, yeah, check out Slizzle. I certainly learn a lot every time I watch him, and hey, you know, his Even Shaman deck, an early iteration of it of course, but his Even Shaman deck has got me legend twice in the last couple of months, so much respect to Slizzle. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Thank you all so much for all the support and you know, the likes, the subscriptions. It's all greatly appreciated. And we are heading into the next Hearthstone expansion. You know, the Boomsday project. I can't wait. Dr. Boom is making his return. Mech Synergy is coming back. To me, that's all very, very exciting. So yeah, there won't be much more content from me between now and the Boomsday expansion, but do expect 1 or 2 more videos where I'll be trying to play fun and interesting decks on the Legend Wild ladder. So do look for those videos in the next few days. So yeah, thanks again for joining me, everyone. Do take care now, and I'll see you guys all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun.